Hello Newsies, it's Monday, April 13th, and the only news you need to know is going to lovingly pelt your face like some sort of knowledge hailstorm. I'm Sai, here to regale you with your weekly nerd newswords. In tech, YouTube is getting ready to launch their premium paid services, which will give payers an ad-free YouTube experience. Google patented spoiler hiding technology that will warn you before you encounter possible day-ruining information on your social media. Duolingo is adding Klingon to the list of languages you can guiltily feel bad you're not learning. And this week, a volunteer for the first human head transplant was announced. Contrary to the procedure name, the patient will be receiving a body that will be attached to his own head. This will require attaching the veins, blood vessels, airways, spinal column, probably the most nightmarish craft project ever. And hope the head isn't rejected. Or hope the body isn't rejected from the head. And maybe they'll become best friends and they'll run off for ice cream and they'll eat it with his head and be consumed in his stomach. In-game, Zynga had stepped down and the original founder came back as CEO. Daniel Radcliffe is currently in talks to play the lead role in a making-of Grand Theft Auto dramatization, and the Electronic Frontier Foundation and the Electronic Software Association are fighting over the definition of hacking when it comes to discontinued multiplayer games. To seriously oversimplify the issue, the EFF believes that multiplayer games that have been discontinued for more than 6 months should be exempt from lawsuits over changing the code of the game to allow for a LAN or other multiplayer function to be reinstated for the purpose of archiving legacy games or for personal use of people who have already purchased these games. The ESA maintains that discontinuing service for the game did not mean that the game developers gave up the rights to control of their software. And then the ESA said, "But piracy!" which always gets mentioned in conversations of digital rights and modification, so it turned into a thing. And Square Enix owned all the game newses this week in their marketing campaign #Can'tKillProgress. Over the course of 3 days, the Twitch feed was to reveal bits of information leading up to the reveal of the new game, which was spoiled the day before the projected end, to the surprise of no one. It was Deus Ex. You know who also tried to kill progress? Naysayers who try and take perfectly good, objectively legitimate dinosaurs away from our childhoods. Nay, no more naysayers. In dinosaur news, the Brontosaurus is back as it was always meant to be. Hey, what's with this definition? Get your shit together, Google. This is unacceptable. Has always been unacceptable. I see your line in the sand. You're on the wrong side. And all of that was fluff because everything that was news revolved around film and telly this week. ABC will be getting an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spin-off series. Lionsgate and San Diego Comic-Con are teaming up to create a subscription-based video-on-demand channel of archived SDCC footage to the request of, I don't think, anybody. Marvel's Daredevil came out on Netflix and is the reason I haven't slept in days. Star Wars is being re-released. This time on for digital HD, and Joss Whedon says there will be no post-credit scenes at the end of the new Avengers film. I'm so torn. My belief in Joss is total and true, but my nerd background gives me a propensity towards skepticism. And of course, Game of Thrones came back last night. I watched it, and some things and stuff, and it was pretty, with HBO dipping its toe in new distribution methods waters. There are several legal and free ways to get your masochistic media mania on. Gizmodo reports on several methods to do so, from signing up for free trials to using a friend's HBO Go account info. Or you can always sift through the moral gray area and viral onslaught that is pirating the episodes. The first 4 episodes were already leaked, so you'll have plenty to watch as you scrub your hard drive. So the coolest thing on the internet was ClickHole's Internet Simulator. It's all the fun and decision-making of really using the internet in a choose-your-own-adventure format. It's actually fairly accurate. It made me question my interactions with email. I ignore far too much of it than decorum allows. Sorry, Mummy. And that's everything that happened this week. Never Sated Newsies can check the description for links of anything I covered today, and I'll see you next Monday for another round of newswords.